good. And we're back. Welcome back to the Five Hole Podcast. My name is Nicholas Natalie. This is Niko Latoris and Robert Hughes. We are back for a new edition this week as the AL and NLCS has kicked underway. As last night the Yankees beat the Cleveland Guardians. Was it 5-2? Was the final score?
Yes,
I believe so.
Yep. So the Mets are off tonight. They come back home for a 3-game stretch between the Dodgers. They split the 2 games out in LA. Big split for them. Giants and Jets. Giants, very disappointing loss on Sunday Night Football. Defense looked great. Brian Burns looked awesome. Aziz Ojulari, I think, had a pretty good game as well. But they can only get 7 points across with the offense, which was really just lackluster. Definitely, I think some people have there's a lot of questions to be answered on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, some of the bright spots, I think Tyrone Tracy is really starting to cement himself as a really good running back and probably will be RB2 once Devin Singletary comes back. But you could see the difference of not having Malik Neighbors to now. I think there's you could see kind of the jump, but with the Jets, tons of news. Obviously, earlier this morning, they traded for Davante Adams after losing.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Davante. After losing on Monday night. Close game. They lost to the Bills 23-20 on the last play. Aaron Rodgers threw an interception, which, sucks. It is what it is, but they definitely need some changes. And Davante Adams, I think, is not the answer to what they're looking for.
They need more than that.
They don't need a receiver. They need other things. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, Hassan Reddick can definitely be moved soon after the gruesome injury to Aiden Hutchinson. That was brutal. I mean, prayers to that guy. That was a brutal injury. The surgery went well, and it sounds like he'll be ready to go for next season, which is good. But the Jets moving Hassan Reddick maybe to Detroit. They can use some help on defense. So I think even with Aiden Hutchinson, they could use another D lineman like that. So definitely would be really cool to see that maybe get done. Maybe the picks back that they gave up for Devontae for some apparent reason.
As long as they pay Reddick or something.
Yeah,
that boy
absolutely.
wants money. So.
Sorry if I sound a little. I was at the Yankee game last night, but anyways, I think that the Jets, they have everyone wants them to move on from Hassan Reddick, obviously, because he just doesn't want to play for the team, or he just wants to get paid more.
Yeah,
and they're not willing to do that. But I mean, this Davante Adams trade makes a big difference for him. Like, he just slapped him in the face, and it's the one part that they don't need. They have receivers. Yeah. The receivers aren't really the problem.
No.
And neither is the quarterback. I'm not saying Rodgers isn't the problem either. It's everything else. Their defense is not playing up to what they should be playing as a top 5 defense in the league, and their old line's absolutely garbage.
Yeah,
and even their running back, and even their kicker,
their line's usually been good. This is new for
their
him.
running back play obviously reflects on the offensive line, but the running backs, you're getting more success out of Braylon Allen than you are at Breece Hall, and that's a problem. But I want to let's get
one thing with the O line though. I think the big thing, obviously, protecting Rodgers was good, wasn't great, but the really bad thing though was the second level blocking. They just could not let the running game get anything going because the defensive line was just creeping behind the line of scrimmage very easily every time. It just felt like they couldn't get anything going. I think most of that was just the fact that the second level blocking was absolutely brutal for them.
Sorry, we just got to update. Not something for school.
Are we good now?
No, it's worse. It's the opposite.
Okay.
But anyways, I want to get, rather than focusing first on the one team that actually didn't play well yesterday, out of all the New York teams, New Jersey teams that played yesterday, I think it was Isles Rangers, Devils, Yankees, Mets. The only team that didn't, Jets. The only team that didn't win was the Jets yesterday. So let's get to more exciting matters.
Positive Tommy.
Mets pushed the series to 1-1. I was in the building for the Yankees, taking the 1-0 lead. And I just want to point out something. I wasn't in the stadium, right? I was in the stadium. I wasn't watching on TV. But something I wanted to see when I got home, the second I got home, was how was the call.
Oh, and Soto's home run?
On all the home runs on the entire game in general. Now that we don't have Bob Costas, what were the calls?
Were you?
I was excited.
You were?
Yeah. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Who was it again? Let's listen in on the Soto.
Who was it again?
I don't remember who it was.
I can look it up.
But look that up, and I'll play while I play the first one. So this is the second homer.
Cobb deals a 2-1. Soto, a high drive, right center field. Wynn beating it up, and it's gonna be on the Wynn.
It is really good. Win beating it up.
So the
That
crew,
was it.
Yeah, he said it's going to tie the win.
I know.
Like
It's
that
actually
was so
interesting.
so the
cool.
so the crew for the ALCS is Brian Anderson, who's doing the play-by-play we just heard, Ron Darley and Jeff Franco are two really good,
Yeah,
two really good
that's
guys that know
a
a
good
lot of
booth.
baseball.
That's a good.
Yeah, I mean,
And
Darley's great.
this
I
is
love
standalone.
Darley. I'm biased.
Fair enough, though.
That win coming in.
Wait a second. This is still
Juan
Soto.
Soto puts the Yankees on the board. in the
Yeah, I've
third
liked him.
inning.
I've heard him a few times. He's good.
Drive one deep left center. He'll watch this one fly.
That's good.
The excitement's there.
Booming home run.
I mean, that's just
You know who I would
you could just tell
love?
the difference. It's so significantly better. And even I saw this in the Mets and
Yeah,
Dodgers broadcast. They're both booths are better.
yes.
Both booths are better this ALCS.
You know who I'd love back in the booth, even for any of them, the ALCS or the NLCS, is that Vescursion
Yes.
with the Santa Maria.
He's great.
Oh my God,
Santa Maria.
he screams. He gets that. He is
I
he's so emotional. That's great.
I like Bouchon.
Yes.
You know who Bouchon
Yeah,
is?
I think you
heard of
told
him.
me about it
The
recently.
Bouchon, the guy who does MLB The Show, the video game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He did the Wild Card series.
Yeah, he
It was,
yeah.
it was so funny. Like in my head, I'm like, I'm playing the show right now.
Yeah.
This guy, like, he does the same exact calls, and it was really good.
Yeah, he does a good
But,
job.
I mean, even so, both series, Mets are tied at 1. Both dominant victories from either side for both wins. Mets are, Yankees are now up 1-0. They played at night at 7:30 again. We saw Garrett Cole's on the mound, and I think yesterday, okay. This might be a weird take for some people, but in my opinion, I think that most of the critique towards the Yankees has been they're not hitting as well, right? And they're
Who,
kind
the
of just
Yankees?
the Yankees.
Okay.
They're not hitting as well, which they're not, and I'll give you guys that. Like,
There's been a lot of close games.
yeah, a lot of close games. Well, yeah, but a lot of struggle for a lot of the lineup. Specifically, Aaron Judge, obviously, he's been like 137 postseason.
The whole Royals series, nobody was really.
Yeah, no one was really hitting.
Whit,
But
Whit
but
did not look good.
no, yeah. But I
Jeez.
want to point out, like, what I saw there is that a lot of I don't expect them to be hitting good, just because of the way that the way that they're pitching a lot of those players. Like, Judge is seeing no ball. Like
They're not even giving him a chance.
they're not giving him a chance. They haven't given him a chance.
And that's-
In the World Series, they gave him more of a chance, but against in Game 1 yesterday, they gave him 0 chance.
What do you do yesterday?
He went over. Yeah, I think he had a walk. I think he went over 3 with a walk.
Yeah,
I
mean,
think.
so. I can being up.
He popped out a lot, and that was the wind holding up the ball a little bit. But he has been struggling, obviously. But they're not. He struck out on the first at bat of the game. Again, that was a bad call. I saw in the stadium it looked bad, and then I rewatched it later on and it still looked bad. Two of those strikes were really bad.
Yeah,
But they're not really giving, like, why?
What do you mean though by not giving him a chance?
I think they're pitching around him.
He would be walking every time.
Yeah, no,
but they're not.
I think
They're throwing,
they're throwing balls that are getting,
which is what.
Every time he's up.
Not every time. No,
and
not
he
every time.
does, but he also swings it. You know,
Don't
like
say
they're getting him swinging balls.
Yeah,
I think you gotta accept
when the
he's-
Mets-
he's not the postseason.
he's definitely struggling. He's definitely playing very bad baseball, which he does in the postseason. But it's not, and I'm not saying it's only for Judge. I'm saying it for the whole team. Like, how are you supposed to hit when the opposition pitching staff is playing that badly? Like, we're seeing balls in the dirt going for wild pitches 4 feet, 4 feet in front of the plate. How are we supposed to hit against a pitching staff that literally can't find the strike zone? And everyone's like, "Oh, they're gifting them." Yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do in that scenario? You're supposed to swing and just try to hit that? No, they're gifting you runs because they're pitching. And I think
smart at that.
it's not like, and we haven't seen it yet. That, like, we haven't seen the Yankees go up against a stellar pitching performance and do bad.
And
In
do
the
bad.
playoffs?
Like what?
Right, like these playoffs, like the Royals had struggles with pitching.
Yeah.
The Guardians started game 1.
Those are like low-scoring games, no?
Yeah, the
Royals?
low scoring games, but they were
Pitch well.
they were struggling pitching. Like especially in that first game, there was a lot of mistakes pitching wise. There was a lot of walks in that first game.
Yeah, because they're trying to pitch around.
Yeah,
That's what they're doing. It's kind of how you have to play them.
How many runs he scored in the series? Like 4.
No, 6, I think. 6 was game 1.
I
Yeah.
thought they played well.
Yeah,
It's like Lugo was
they walked
was
they
good.
walked
I
5
thought the
4
starters.
people in.
I thought the starters were good.
They walked like 3, 4 people in game 1.
What about the other? It was like 2-1.
Yeah, the second game was a good pitching, but I think bullpen pitching because obviously they went.
I'm just
they
saying,
went
I don't
to-
think they were bad.
I don't think they were good. I think starting pitching wise, they were awful.
What?
Yeah,
like-
game 1, game 2, they went to the bullpen immediately. So did the Yankees.
Throughout the whole series, in general, I think they were good, though.
Yeah, I think
I don't think so.
he has a perception. And perception.
I know.
You
The
don't
Yankees-
agree with that perception that that pitching on both ways hasn't been great up until Rodon yesterday. Pitching
Yeah.
on both ways hasn't been great.
Kudos to him for that.
In the Royals series, it was bad
he-
pitching all around.
blew it.
I wouldn't
Clark-
say that's in the series. Yeah.
I mean, I see both Yankees bad pitching, and I don't think that. I think,
You guys just got timely hits.
Which
yeah,
is good.
I don't even think that. I think we're really not playing well because we're not seeing a lot of opportunities to play well. Like the only opportunity I saw last night was it was either first or second inning where Glaber came up with the bases juiced. Or man on first or third, whatever it was.
I
yeah.
did see that.
And it was the first play. Yeah, force out. It was immediately a double play with no, it was force out at second. You're right.
Go into the outfield.
Yeah. And I think that was the only opportunity. The rest of the game, it was bases were loaded, but it was bases loaded because of 2 walks, and then they're chucking a ball in the dirt, and it's a wild pitch, and everyone's like, "Oh, the Yankees aren't hitting." It's like, yeah, how are you supposed to hit in that scenario? They're throwing 9 wild pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, he tied a record last.
Yeah,
They had a
posted about it.
record last night
He was that
with
bad.
like 4 wild pitches by 1 pitcher.
in like less than a 2/3
Oh,
of an
Ricky
inning
Ankiel, that record.
Yeah, it was. Dude, who did it?
last night.
Yeah. So I know.
It's escaping
Cobb
me.
had one.
Big
Oh, yeah,
big right.
He had a wild pitch that led in a run,
Who else pitched? I don't even know.
and then they brought in the bullpen, and then that second guy, whoever that second guy up was, had an absolutely awful time, dude. It was so bad.
So there was it Avila?
It might have been Avila. How many wild pitches does he have?
Pedro Avila. Last night he did 2. Oh no, hold on. Oh, Jose Cantillo. He had 3 walks, 1 strikeout. Is it him?
Someone had. I
I
don't
think
know.
it was him.
I forgot which one it was, but I know their bullpen was bad.
Joey Cantillo. I think that was him.
They were bad.
Last
2 runs.
Sloppy game.
2 runs. A sloppy win. A sloppy game.
You got to win out of it.
Very big effect, like environmental effect. Like the wind was gushing, it was going crazy
I have
yesterday.
to say, I think the one pitching positive though you take out of this is Luke Weaver stepped up.
That's been
What is it, 4-out save he got?
he got a 5-out.
5-out save.
Yeah,
But
he's done it
2
every. He's
runners
done it
on,
every
top
game.
of the
Yeah.
order.
Saves of 3 outs or more.
He just
Yeah.
continues to look
4 outs
great.
or more.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I mean, Dreamweaver is absolutely like he does a great way. Oh, and that's also what I want to talk about. Weaver, and I brought this up to Robert, I think, a couple days ago. He does a great, and you maybe too. He does a great way of like offloading like, adrenaline, right? It's like
He's very composed.
he gets those 2 outs, and
Like not like Rodon.
well,
Letting bullets.
that's
Besides
exactly
last
that's
night.
exactly what I was going to say.
Besides
Last night,
he
he
did.
absolutely rocked in for that. And in the 4th inning, when he got those outs, right? In the 4th inning, he big time moment. They left him in, right? And he got the outs. He didn't offload the adrenaline. He didn't scream. He didn't do anything. He put his head down. He went right back into the bullpen. He came out for the next inning, which was big. If he usually
he learned.
and don't underestimate how that like affects you. Like, if you're a player that usually knows like, is animated and does that to keep reserve, that's big, and that's exactly why he went the way
He
he did.
learned. He knew what he did last time. So
And he's great at that. And I think that they said Rodon talked to Andy Pettit in the morning of, and that he got a little bit of a pep talk.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was really good, and I think that we'll see a lot of that from Cole tonight, hopefully.
Isn't Stroman on this roster? Speaking of like,
Strowman is on the roster, yes, but I
okay.
don't know if he's going in the game or if he'll be bullpen. I think tomorrow we see Cole, and then game 3 you probably see Clark. And then game 4.
Funny tweet from
But you'll see Rodon again. They put you'll see Rodon again in the series, most likely if it goes 4 or 5. Oh well, if it goes 5. But so yeah, and then you have obviously Cole set up too for another pitching. But
yeah, you can
I think that what the Yankees did last night was big, and I can't stand for the hate that they're like, oh my god,
Bills just got Amari Cooper.
Bills just got Amari Cooper.
No way.
So all right, I guess we have to talk about it. I guess we have to talk about it now. So now that we come off the Jets Bills Monday Night Football, Bills come away with a win, securing their position as number 1 in the AFC East. They pick up Amari Cooper.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trading Amari Cooper. Anything I can do better.
Wow.
Pretty much. Oh my god.
I'm not gonna say this, and you're gonna call me a hater at this moment, but yeah, but I'm not gonna say this, but I think the Amari Cooper trade does more for the Bills than the Devontae Adams one does for the Jets.
So the Bills just officially released.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Cooper, like, oh my god, the Browns are so bad.
So the Bills have officially released the trade. News came out 20 minutes ago. 1 minute ago, the Bills posted Amari Cooper and a 2025 sixth round pick go to the Bills. The Browns get a 3rd rounder in 2025 and then a 2026 7th rounder.
Yeah, that's a good trade.
Yeah,
that's a good trade.
That's the official.
That's a good trade. I don't know what the Browns gained from that, but I mean, like a 3rd rounder. But I guess
Keon doesn't look too great. So I mean, that was kind of add some depth there.
I think
veteran depth because you kind of lost
depth
in the wide receiver room.
That's more than depth, bro.
Like a 2.
That's like maybe a 1.
It adds, that's what I'm saying. It adds to makes them a deeper roster now, much deeper. Keon was doing.
I would
doing nothing.
I would be terrified right now if I was
in the AFC.
In the AFC. I mean, well, not terrified. I mean, it's an open division as we saw last night. It's such an easy like Tua and obviously,
oh my god, that guy's got to retire.
And the Patriots being so bad, but wow, that's so
How
funny.
He,
I think it's like 3rd. I think it's 3rd. I think it's 3rd was a pick.
Nice. Remember when Sam Darnold threw his first play?
Yeah,
and a pick 6. Yes, awesome. It was the first pass of his NFL career, and he throws a pick.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
do you think that they did that strictly on response to Devontae Adams?
Maybe, but they also needed it.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
the Bills needed that more than the Jets did. You got Garrett Wilson, you got Lazard,
shout out
you
to
got
Mike
Williams.
Shout out to Amari Cooper fantasy owner too, because you're absolutely set now.
Yeah. This guy,
I think that makes such a huge difference.
Derek Jeter's coming back. Now you can act surprised. Yeah.
He's not listening.
No.
Amari Cooper is a Bill.
Amari Cooper is going to the Buffalo Bills.
Traded.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we go.
I know. Mr. Downplay.
Mr. Jet, our producer, went. He's terrified. He does a bigger
hit the dump button.
Yeah, he does a bigger difference. He does a bigger difference. He's coming in.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
You got to tape his mouth.
Mark Cooper leads the NFL in drops this year. He's looked awful this year. Just put him out there.
So we all collectively.
By the way, Devontae Adams is for a 3rd round pick. Would you get Devontae Adams or Mark Cooper for a 3rd round pick?
We all kind of agreed that the Bills make a better move than the Jets.
Why? We got the better receiver for the same pick.
It fits better.
It fits way better. I mean,
they need it.
They need a wide receiver. You don't.
Yes, obviously Devontae Adams would be a better receiver, but the Bills need a number one or a better
You
guy.
guys need Devontae Adams doesn't
You
fix
don't
the
need
Jets'
your
problems.
receiver.
It literally fixed 0% of the Jets' problem.
More talent, the better.
Just more guys.
That's it.
Rodgers can throw interceptions.
But you literally
That
found
wasn't Rodgers' fault last night.
It's never Rodgers' fault.
It wasn't Rodgers' fault last night. No, he slipped, and it was a misread
He
route.
slipped. The wind took the ball,
No, he didn't. It
and
was the wrong route.
then Jesus came in and moved the receiver the other way.
I'm glad that you brought that up.
And then
Do you think that there's anything troubling that your quarterback can instantly go into the post-game press conference and throw his receiver under
All
the
right, I
bus?
mean, you guys, what is this lazy take central? How about we come with something new slant this episode?
Yeah.
First of all, listen, and
the
you guys,
Jets find a new
guess
way
what?
to
There's a
screw it
very
up.
good chance we talk in December about, wow, we really let Rodgers blow up this franchise. But guess what? We do have, we have a 41-year-old quarterback who, I'm not going to lie to you guys, he's shown more matches than not that he still has a lot left to give. So guess what? If this kills the next 5 years of our franchise, I don't really care, because the one thing the Jets can never do, it's hire the right coaches and a young quarterback. So even if everyone's on the other side where it's you really shouldn't be mortgaging your future, we don't know how to build a future anyways. So guess what? If we go 9-8 and it's the last wild card team, let's have some fun. 1 week at a time, we're on to Pittsburgh.
And then the first round was the Bills.
I have
Amari Cooper.
I was 9 years
show.
old when the Jets made the playoffs. I just time. I don't
Do
even
you
think.
do you think that? I don't. In my opinion, I don't think that the Jets' problem is with receivers.
No.
So why would they go out and
But
get a receiver?
it's every team has problems. It's a different problem every week.
I understand
Last
that,
week- last
but
week
they
it was the
go.
offense. This
No, it's
week
because Aaron Rodgers
undisciplined.
plays good with. No, but Aaron Rodgers is best friends with Devontae Adams.
I don't.
so.
But yeah, he runs the franchise. But
I'm best friends with Devontae Adams. So that maybe I'm next. I don't know what the
maybe-
plan is.
yeah,
No,
you
so
might
I'm
be.
going to be
But
picked up off the agency.
I think that the problem is I mean, you everyone's looking at oh, Devontae Adams, you literally
Jets fans aren't.
No, I know they're. I don't think they're really
you
happy
know
about
that
that.
this is not. Did I come in here talking about Super Bowl and this is
No, yeah.
it's
No,
this
didn't
team
say
should
that.
not be doing.
But why?
No.
But Devontae Adams, you get Devontae Adams, and one problem that you should be addressing is additions to defense, and you're letting go of Hassan Reddick.
Well, they haven't had Hassan.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
they should
why?
pay him.
Is he definitely getting traded?
He's going to go to Detroit probably.
That's what I said. I like that him going to
No,
Detroit.
that makes sense. I thought they were going for Crosby.
They could go.
The Raiders are just going to be a fire sale.
That or it's. I think it's either going to be Crosby or it's going to be Reddick, because either they can give Reddick an extension and now you set up a little more long term with your defense, because they could use defense.
All right, well, I'm sick and tired of talking
regardless.
about the Jets. So wait, that's actually interesting. You guys think
I just got a text. That Giants got Jordan.
No,
It's a joke.
wait, okay, so Hassan Reddick, let's just take the
Arch
Jets out of it.
Manning has foregone.
This is something I would like to do. So
Yes, I mentioned this
right now I'm
this
holding up a
morning.
picture of Matthew Stafford in the Giants jersey, and a lot of the Giants fans have this belief that the Giants are going to trade for Matthew Stafford.
Not this
That doesn't make
season.
any sense. Not this year. Not this year. No, but not that. That's wrong.
Why?
The Giants have a good core. The Giants have a good team
Yeah.
besides quarterback.
They don't have
They really do. The
They're
Giants
really
are
other week,
Daniel Jones great. Let's keep the trust.
no, but
Luka's out for the
Oh,
year.
no, it's
This guy's
done.
done for the year.
right
This
now,
guy's
I think Daniel is done, and the only thing that's holding back this team is quarterback.
I think the Giants.
The only thing,
the only thing that's holding up this team.
Yeah.
No, maybe secondary. Maybe secondary. But last week, we held Jamar
Running
Chase
back,
to
they're
literally-
fine. That guy Tracy.
No,
Yeah,
running-
he
I
was
said
really
running back.
good.
Might not be.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
Well,
they're-
I mean,
they-
no
well,
one
they-
thought that because
well, they-
everyone thinks low of the Giants. But
they
they brought in
retooled that entire offensive line. They went out and
That-
replaced everyone.
that
Evan Neal's not even starting. He's on the bench.
that offensive line is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Runyon,
will not hear-
Luminor, John Michael
You guys
Schmitz.
have the old Jets guy. Van Roden?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Greg
Yeah.
Van Roten, yeah.
Greg Van Roten, Illuminor,
Can
Runyon.
I speak?
Okay.
I know.
What is he? He's a Giants fan.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm
Oh, you're
saying
the
like,
number one Giants fan in the world.
Number
That's what you're
one.
trying to
Number
prove.
one.
We can't talk about Malik
No.
Neighbors because he hasn't played because he's still at the Travis Scott
Yeah, he's
concert.
at the
Yeah.
Scott concert.
Yeah,
He's probably
he's
got his
fucking-
head messed up.
Yeah.
no,
Oh, he's singing Food.
no. So he had
I
we
thought
had
the play was feet. No, it's not. It's
we had what's it called? We have and you cannot tell me anything differently. Besides, I mean, corners are looking up because
also,
Deontay
this is a
Banks
good
had a
draft.
great game. Had a great game against DK Metcalf, and last week
Tay
he
Banks,
also
yeah.
and last week they also had this week they also had a pretty good game against Jamar Chase and T Higgins. They did. We still
Higgins
lost.
was catching everything. Third down ball.
Yeah, but I mean, what are you supposed to do? I mean, this is the best offense in the league, and you held them to realistically 13 points.
They're the best offense.
They're the best statistical offense in the league. Number one in scoring.
They got some bombs. They
I
got
think
Record-wise doesn't matter. That's because their defense
I would say
know.
their
I would
defense
say
was
they have
historically bad.
I would say they have one of the best receiving cores in the league.
They have the
Yeah.
number
Like,
one.
they- like,
They
I
have the
mean,
number one
they
scoring
probably
They're
have
offense.
the best
very
receiving
deep.
Look at the stats. Look at the stats. They have the number one scoring offense in the league.
And the Buffalo
Their offensive-
Bills have the best receiving core.
Their offensive line is fantastic. Their receivers are fantastic, and the quarterback's fantastic. They have a
I
very
was
good.
impressed with
th-
how
yeah.
they did play.
The Giants secondary is bad, but every other position of the Giants team is coming up and is very promising.
I could
This
definitely
entire
see.
this entire 2024 draft class is fantastic.
Yeah.
How
Malik
many
Gate,
head coaches have been under when Daniel Jones was the quarterback?
just two.
No.
Two? I'm pretty sure it's like
Shermer, Judge,
Judge.
and now him. So
Three.
three. It's pretty much been a different guy. almost
Wasn't there somebody in between?
No.
Oh, he wasn't around
McAdoo
for
was
McAdoo?
McAdoo. He wasn't
McAdoo
around
way
then.
before.
He's had 3 head coaches,
In like 4 years.
and he's been what 2019?
His 7th year in the league. No,
No. This is like his,
this is his 7th year.
Season now.
yeah, I think it's 6.
It's a 6 because he was
5
drafted in
years.
2019.
Yeah.
4-year, second year with 4-year contract. Yes.
Mhm.
So Daniel Jones
2 years
has
with
had 3
Judge.
coaches,
2 years with Judge.
5 years.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers has it 4 and 20, and they call Aaron Rodgers the coach killer. Listen,
Well,
this
that's 'cause
woke,
he- that's-
this woke New York media. I gotta move down south.
No, he's-
Let me get out of here.
No,
Shermer.
well, that's because
Shermer was a
Daniel.
bum
That's because
before.
Daniel.
It's always
That's because
somebody else's
Daniel
fault.
Jones. That's because Daniel Jones doesn't have any control in the team.
Yeah, it's not
Aaron
like
Rodgers has
Rodgers.
control in the team, and if
I'm
you're
just saying.
if you're a Jets fan and don't think that, you're delusional.
Daniel was the bum that we let
They
throw
have
the ball.
he has full control in the team. Full.
You're acting like he's like Caleb Williams, and he's like a first-year quarterback. He has
No.
hard stake owner. He's 41
No.
years old. It doesn't work out this year.
No.
It's not. You're acting like the next 10 years of our franchise is cooked. We're not like the Rams from 8 years ago. We're just first-round pick for the next million years.
I don't think that you're in trouble. I'm not saying that.
But
But
I
I just think like
We should be a better team than we are. I'm not denying that. You
So
guys are
same
acting
with the
like DK.
I just think that I think that
What do we do?
I think that
I
I
wanted
think
to talk about what you guys think about Reddick and the Lions, because the Lions are going to give him a long-term deal. He wants a long-term deal.
You don't think you don't think the Lions?
Why
are
would
good?
they do it? They only need him for what, a season?
Yeah.
No, but they could
They need
beef
him
up
for-
the
They
they could
could.
beef up the O line, the
And
D line. Though they
but
never
he would take it. He would. I
I
think.
haven't heard
I
that.
think he would take a year at a chance of winning.
fits. Him going to Detroit fits.
Yeah, it does.
Also, yeah, right. They're one of the better teams in the NFC. Like he has a real shot. Like, I mean, he's also going to a really good.
Over here. I
He's
wasn't
also going to
catching
a really good situation. Forget getting paid. Like you're going to a good spot where you might have a chance for a
What do
Super
you
Bowl
think
this
about the NFC North? I think there's a chance that a 10-7 team doesn't make the playoffs.
year. Yeah,
it. No, it's good.
very
Like
good.
every
Vikings,
It is,
Vikings look
100%.
pretty.
So probably
Vikings are a good team. Detroit maybe right behind them, even though the record is different. But Detroit's right behind them, and then you
Bears
have
won't be this good.
the Bears.
They're beating up on
Nah, yeah.
No,
They're beating up. They're beating up.
right, but the Packers are not bad. Packers are a pretty good team, and then yeah, right. But that's the thing is the Chicago team is much better than they were last year, even though they're beating up on bad.
They were
teams.
fun last year, though. They
What
were
do you
fun.
mean
though.
about like they're gonna fall off?
Yo, that's so funny. That's
I
awesome.
saw that.
That's
I like that.
great.
It's a picture of Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. It says Aaron Rodgers and Devontae
Devontae
Adams
Adams
with the
Jets.
Jets.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett with the Nets. That's
so
great.
funny.
That meme in
Lord.
2024 is dead. Find a new slant, guys.
Oh my god, you're
He's
so,
so
like
tight.
you're so mad for no reason.
No, it's a dead meme.
Lord.
Oh, you're so. I mean, when do you guys like? Do you guys
Jason
just
Terry.
like? It's so funny to me. Like everyone's like, oh, the beginning of the season, Jets are going to the Super Bowl. Jets are making the playoffs. Giants are beat. Giants are going to have 5 wins, right? And then
You said they can make the playoffs.
I did say that,
they're
but
not making the
just
playoffs.
combat it. But now it looks
No.
like they're going to finish with the exact
Same
same record.
record.
They're going to finish with the exact same record by the end of the year.
Than we think. Yeah.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
closer than
And
That's
one
in
of the
energy in December.
God.
It's not
energy
over. It's
Yeah,
just
I
like
mean,
they
Season's
bring
definitely not over.
they bring back
And especially for
You're catching me at my worst time. You lost 3 games in a row. All games were heartbreaking
isn't
losses.
isn't
Yeah,
the
Bron-
New York
no,
Jets
Bron-
entire
Broncos.
football season your worst time? Because you at least don't lose in the off season.
at least the
No, we've
Giants.
won the
At least the
offseason since
Giants
I've been
have
alive.
losses to good
Oh,
teams.
they won the off
We won
season.
every offseason,
Yeah,
but we don't
they-
win any.
Yeah.
Giants
doesn't pan
Giants
out.
are 2-4. At least the losses are to get like good games.
Not a good team. Minnesota's not a good team.
The
San
Broncos.
Francisco's
The
are not a good
Broncos
team.
are.
I
Broncos
just
are.
named 3 out of our 4 losses.
Broncos are a really bad team. Really bad team.
Yeah, they're mid.
They're 3-3. How can you say they're really that
They're
team.
mid. No, they're not a good
The
team.
Giants,
So
all the
everyone
Giants
we can
losses
agree.
have been. I mean, obviously, Cowboys are ass. Yeah, Cowboys are really bad.
And so Connor is done.
Connor's
for.
done. The Cowboys are not a good team.
I can give my little brother to sit in.
Anyway, we can go back and forth about the Giants and Jets. I think we could all just accept that we're really doomed. I mean, we're doomed. We're not going to have any happiness this year. Just get over the Giants or the Jets. Like, we're not going to have any
But
happiness.
honestly,
The
though,
Giants are going to look at drafting a quarterback at the end of this year
No.
or picking up a new quarterback.
well, I was going to. This was what I was gonna get
Either
to.
or, it doesn't matter.
This is
I mean,
what I
I
was
don't
gonna-
care what I
Experiment's
don't,
over.
I don't care what it is. You pick up a veteran or you draft a new quarterback. I don't care what it is.
This is-
I don't want to talk about it.
This is what I was going to get when it comes to that. And then after that, it's a positive thing with Stafford, right? Again, like you said, this is a great defensive draft. There are so many good guys. Johnson out of Michigan, he's a really good player. Then you have a bunch
Get
of guys.
corner.
You have a bunch of guys on Notre Dame that are
You get a
great
safety.
defense.
If they get a safety,
Like yeah, go get one of those guys. That's great.
but
It would
realistically,
have helped
like,
if you had a guy like
Reali-
Xavier McKinney right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, it had
Newman-
to happen. No, we need
Newman's not bad though.
and anyone as a Giant fan right now, I don't.
Tyler Newman's pretty good.
As a yeah,
I'm
I mean, he's
fine.
been all right. But
Yeah.
as a
Also,
Giant,
McKinney got a ton of money.
as a Giant fan right now, I do
Worth
not.
it right now.
As a Giant fan right now, I do not regret Barkley or McKinney. I don't. I just don't.
Barkley, I know.
I think it's.
that
I
was-
think
he didn't want to be here.
Yeah, and neither
Yeah.
did McKinney. He didn't. He really didn't want to be here. And that's
It's a
fine.
win.
He wants to win. Yeah, but
Yeah, and
this team, it can't-
Saquon hasn't been all that in Philly. So
he started out like that, but now. But this team that didn't need that. This team needs money, and they got
Yeah.
money. And they made improvements where they need to make improvements, and it just hasn't.
they've
And
also been drafting really well.
They've drafted really well. This draft class was great.
Right.
Tyrone Tracy, Drew
Neighbors,
Phillips,
obviously Neighbors.
Drew Phillips. It's a really good draft.
I like Tyler Newman as a safety. Pretty good.
I'm not sold on him, but I think
Not
that
yet, but I
I think Drew Phillips but I
Yeah.
think that
that's not a fix though.
that's not. Yeah, it is. He's going to be a good corner.
No, not a permanent
It's-
fix. You still need to build.
Yeah,
You still need more corners.
Yeah,
like,
obviously.
the problem's
no
not
kidding.
solved.
Deontay Banks is not a number one, and you need to find one.
A Johnson or one of those other guys at a Notre
But
Dame.
I
But
don't,
so
want,
that's
I don't
what's-
want to talk about it. We have playoffs to talk about. Actually, we have hockey to talk about. Can I talk about something 1 sec?
Yeah.
So we
Sure
kind of
can.
skipped
Oh
over
my
last
God,
night.
here we
We
go.
kind of skipped it. You guys got smoked last night.
The one team.
What does that mean?
And yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
they've been
we'll talk-
smoking since they started.
I'm going to shut off both. your
3-0.
mics.
It wasn't like 6-0.
Last week we skipped over it, but I feel like we should talk about it. Igor Shesterkin turning down $88 million,
yeah.
8.8 a
Sounds like
year.
he doesn't want to be here.
He sounds like he doesn't want to be a Ranger.
That's like a
Interesting.
Soto thing. Remember when Soto got a massive deal from the Nationals? He turned it down.
Yes.
You know what
That's
that's,
what I'm
you
referring
know
to.
what that
That's
sounds like?
That's what I was.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like unhappiness.
It sounds like a dysfunction in,
Yeah.
the, in the locker room.
Yeah, it sounds like he's not happy.
Yeah.
Sounds like he wants to be an Islander, to be honest. But
I
no,
don't
we
know
can't
about
afford
that.
him. No, yeah, we
We
can't,
can't
him.
afford him, and that is not a problem for
Yeah,
us right
that's
now.
not a problem for us. Yeah, we're fine.
We're not-
Sorokin's all right.
He's back.
He's so back. Oh, he's so back. Don't even get me started. I watched the highlights last night too.
Yeah, it was
He's
a good game.
so back.
Good game. The Islanders had a good win finally.
Utah Hockey Club started.
Yeah, we better talk about this.
3
If
and
we
1?
didn't, I was gonna
They're
I don't
3-1.
3-1.
go ballistic.
They're
Right? Yeah,
3-1.
3-1.
3-1. Solidified victories. I said it after game 1 when they played the Blackhawks. I was like, it's the Blackhawks. Then they beat us.
Then they
We
beat the
sure did.
Rangers.
That
That
in
was
overtime.
a fantastic game.
Oh
in
yeah,
overtime,
it was
back in-
great.
yeah.
Way to
Fantastic.
waste my money.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you went?
He won.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
there.
Oh my gosh! I should have went.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I was
Slavkov
watching
scored
it.
with 2 minutes left. I'm like, holy cow, they did it.
And then in Islanders fashion, they just blow it in the last
He
13 seconds
drove
later.
to the net, and I was like, oh my god. This is
But-
unbelievable.
And then you go to Madison Square Garden in their home
Shock the
opener.
crowd.
Shock the
Yeah.
crowd. Win an OT.
good for you guys. Thank you.
Good for
that
you.
one.
Yeah, really. Thank you. I love that.
Yes.
I
No, I
love
mean
that,
it's a
dude.
great win. I
Just
mean,
what a way for Clayton Keller to just drive the net and
Yes.
because Zibanejad to just forget he's,
he's
going
just
to
sitting
the
there,
net.
the
Yeah.
best player on our team.
Yeah.
Just don't cover him. Why not?
And he absolutely
Yeah, he's
diddy
really
bops.
good.
That was a crazy goal.
Diddy bops upstairs in the tour department against Igor Shesterkin. It was filthy. No one thought it went in, but he did.
I've got to say, I mean, it's only 4 games in. This is the most consistent hockey I've watched in like 12 years since the Western Conference Finals.
With Darcy
Against the
Kemper, shout
Kings.
out.
No. Mike
whoa.
Smith. That was
Mike Smith. My bad.
2012. This is the best hockey team I've seen since then. We made the
Just-
playoffs in 2020, but that was
Jeez,
the
that
COVID.
shows you how
Do you,
bad they've
COVID
been.
yeah,
year.
do you
Yes.
think
Holy
do you
cow.
think that like
Good for you
'cause,
guys,
yes, you've been drafting high, you have good young players, but like is it just moving?
In the right direction?
Is
No,
like
moving
is
to
it
the
just
different-
moving
like
to
the
Utah?
change of scenery?
Oh, I mean, definitely. They
I
said
think so. It re-energized the team.
Yeah.
New fan base. Everyone's fired up.
last
And
year.
they've only played one home game there. So
One
far.
home game, and it was
was
electric.
Did they play last
electric.
night home?
No.
They also
Devils.
set a
Yeah.
beer sales record. Did you see that?
I did see that.
They
Yeah.
sold
'cause-
120 grand worth of beer
They have
sales in
cheap,
one night.
crazy.
cheap beer. So.
Yeah, and they sold $120,000.
Yeah.
It was a stadium record for
I do.
Utah.
I do.
Good
there-
job, Mormons.
I was
Finally
they do
found out
have
what beer was.
and it's so funny because like if they're gonna have a good team this year, like next year is gonna be even better. Like if
Yeah.
they make
This
some
has been a process for
And they
like
turn
5
into the
years.
Yeah,
Yetis,
if they-
Utah
make it-
Yetis. Oh,
if they make an adjustment
Hell
next
yeah.
year with like obviously they have some problems like
Goalie's not great.
yeah stadium wise too. I think like as,
Shesterkin. Oh my God.
What?
Shesterkin.
Oh,
Ooh.
imagine.
oh
that.
my god!
Oh,
I thought,
man.
you-
I'll
I thought
take
you-
him now.
I thought you had news about you starting.
know.
I was scared for a second,
But
but
I'm just saying, so we just foreshadowing.
yeah, I mean, hey, there's a lot of good goalies going
Maybe he
different
likes
places.
the mountains. I don't know.
He's Russian.
Hey, you never know. The Avalanche, their first year in Colorado, they won the cup.
They're not winning this year. Relax.
Yeah,
We'll
you guys
make-
got to calm
We'll
down.
make the playoffs, but
Yeah,
Shesterkin
West is
requests a
deep.
trade. He's going to the.
West is deep.
it's deep. I mean,
Yeah.
West
whatever. I
is
think
very
we can
deep.
stick with them though. I think we have a young core. I think a lot of the players are just happy to
To be
finally, it's happy to be here, and I think it's the change of scenery.
You
yes,
gotta devote fan base now. You got guys that are hyped up. I
'Cause
love it.
you got to
Love it.
remember, last
Lose.
year we were in a playoff spot until like midway through the year, which is impressive. We have nobody's on our team,
Yeah,
and we almost made the playoffs one year. Our leading goal scorer had 19 goals.
yeah,
Leading goal scorer. I mean,
that's crazy.
I think in last year when they first found out about the move to Utah, they dropped to like 14 in a row. I don't know if you guys remember
Yeah,
that. They
they were
lost 14
upset.
straight. So it
Ours did
definitely
that too.
factored. Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, that was
So-
miserable.
I think we're gonna be better than people expect.
I think so. I think
We'll
you're just riding that high, and I
I
think.
think so.
Listen, you only played one home game, so when you go back and
Exactly.
oh my God, they just beat the Islanders and the Rangers at home,
We had
and
a tough stretch on the road.
yeah, that's not easy to go and play. First of all, in the Isles home opener, and
Devils,
then,
too.
and then they played the Devils.
solid.
Isles home opener, Rangers home opener. We come into the building and absolutely just stun the crowd.
The
Yeah.
overtime points are big too. It's just
Yeah.
just getting there,
Yep.
even if you lost. Like,
Back to back OT wins.
Got it. Mhm.
I think you guys are going to be a good team. Honestly, I think you guys have a lot
See
of
how
young
long they
talent.
ride the high. Yeah,
A lot of young
Yeah.
talent, a lot of fast young talent.
mhm.
And that's what you need in this league. now.
No, they're all selfless. You know,
they're just
ready
happy to
to
be there.
assist,
They're
yeah.
just happy to be there right now. They're
And
just-
yeah, I mean, you're doing all right.
sure am.
Fandom wise, you're doing all right across the board,
Mhm.
Minus the Cardinals, all my teams are good.
minus the Cardinals,
Minus
but
the
they'll be
Cardinals.
fine.
Celtics got a ring this year.
You're a Celtics fan?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a loser.
Gee whiz.
The
Celtics
absolute
fan.
loser.
Packers are good.
He grew up. He's like, how do I be
Can I
different?
throw
How do I be different than everybody
Can I
else I
throw
know?
a dart at a board and just
Yeah,
pick
and just
teams?
pick teams. We got
Bad spot.
we got
You threw some
Arizona.
bad
We got
spots out.
Arizona. We got St. Louis. We got Boston. That's kind of close.
That's my whole family. It's not just me.
No, I know.
Yeah. Oh, anyways.
But
Good.
yeah, I think we should wrap it up.
I'm excited.
Thank you everybody for watching. Whoever
Seven-
did, whoever tuned in.
7:30 tonight? for
7:30.
Yankees?
I think it's
Love
7:38 tonight.
Whatever.
Let's go Yankees. By the time we talk next week, a lot is going to change, like it always does when we
it.
we have the
Mets-
show.
The Mets will
moods will
be
be different.
finishing their series. I think like game 7 is Monday night or Tuesday.
They'll
night.
be finishing their series or finish with their series,
Yeah, it'll be
depending on
either
what
over-
goes.
either
Yankees
already
will
over
be
or-
maybe finishing their series, depending on how that goes. So we should be on track to talk about the World Series by next week, which is very exciting.
Yes.
Football, another week will go by. Hockey, another week will go by too, and inching ever closer to basketball. So
Yes.
as preseason continues on, so
Are the Knicks going to do it this year?
yes, they are. We'll
Yes,
talk
they
about it
are.
next week. Thank you everyone for watching.
The big bodega.
This is the 5 hole. My throat hurts. So I'm gonna go drink some water.
Oh Lord.